oh. People wey suppose talk true to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you louder, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Yo. Hello there. Welcome to Maiyegun's Diary Political tonight. For those who are able to tune in now. So thank you very much for joining me. And again, as we always do, you should subscribe if you are yet to subscribe onto Maiyegun's Diary Political. You can also pick your own membership too on Maiyegun's Diary. And most importantly, copy the link of this video and share this with your friends. Let's talk about the latest. Possibly you've read about it, but we just want to analyze it and even more. And also, we have received positive responses on the likelihood that there will be more protests as Nigeria move into 2021. There is one slated for 7th of December, which is going to be on Monday, I believe, next week. So things are eating up. The police IG in Nigeria, according to the report earlier, was that the IG of police has commissioned their own legal team to challenge and indeed ask the court to stop all the probe panels, the NSAS probe panels going on in different states in Nigeria right now. So, but the IG, another thing happened tonight where the Nigeria police Twitter handle tweeted that the police IG had no idea about the case or the suit trying to stop the NSAS probe. And you know they are liars. They are born liars who have been, they will give you a lie, then they will try to give you another lie to cover a lie, and in the process they become so desperate that they can't even remember other lies they have told. But the truth, the truth of the matter is that indeed they are doing everything to frustrate all the judicial panels, as they do almost always, to protect the criminals, the killers in uniform. So they are doing that, but they are denying. So because of this, it seems that there will be another EndSARS protest soon. But will there be the similar one that really hits them, below the belt? Will there be another one like that one we had, the first one? We'll find out with time. The police IG in Nigeria has promised and pledged that there will never be any of such EndSARS protest again in Nigeria. They will never let that happen again. We'll see how far that will go. But one tiny, beautiful news that I think you should, in a way, do not be surprised, though you can be a little bit skeptical about it. I will understand. It's the news that the northern leaders are now asking that Boko Haram should be impeached. Do you get that now? That Boko Haram should be impeached because he has failed to, one, protect the country. He has failed, right, in the economic job that he said he was coming to do. He's failed. And he said he's failed in everything, that the National Assembly of Nigeria should begin the process of impeachment against Buhari. That is their latest request. The Sultan of Sokoto, their Oga Patapata, also came out to say this Boko Haram's government is the worst that they have seen ever in the history of Nigeria. That the insecurity has become so bad that everyone is now at the mercy of the criminal gangs. They don't even know who is who anymore. You can get kidnapped. They can kidnap Emir tomorrow, kidnap anybody tomorrow. That's how bad it is. So they are beginning to come out to demand that their people should talk to themselves and get rid of Buhari and save them their lives. The Yorubas, the Yoruba politicians and traditional leaders, they have also started making moves. And when I say making moves, it seems that they have also realized that Nigeria is doomed. And if things are allowed to continue like this, Yorubas will be doomed. And in fact, something needs to be done, and done fast. And that is why I actually like this comment of Pastor Bakari. Let me open up this conversation tonight with this, okay? Pastor Bakari is now preaching towards that same thing. You and me, all of us, we have been talking about for ages, okay? It is either you have a true federalism. True federalism is that Yorubas, it doesn't matter. We will control our own resources, use every human and natural resources that we have, to develop Yoruba land, develop a people, promote a culture, the tradition, and others in peace and unity. We can use that without anybody sending python dance or snake jump or what have you to us. Because that is what they do in Nigeria now. They criminalize everybody, asking them to do the right thing. But I like the way Pastor Bakari put it, he's not our friend all the time. But yeah, we can use some of his words, especially for those who also listen, respect, and they adore him. Watch this.
The people, that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, they, not we, they shall all be dead. I read my Bible accurately. People of God, this same phenomenon is about to happen in Nigeria. God is about to deliver our nation from the grip of the terrible. No one will beg those holding us down to let us go. They will be the ones urging us to come to the round table of brotherhood, so as to put heads together and brainstorm for the restructuring of our governmental structure along through federal principle in the mighty name of Jesus. Mark my words, just like in the days of Gorbachev, when the Soviet Union dissolved into many sovereign states without any bloodshed, so with the Federal Republic of Nigeria restructure into strong geo-economic, strong geopolitical zones, and a strong center without bloodshed, in the mighty name of Jesus. And the people said, amen. The time is now. Say that to your neighbor, the time is now. Say it again, the time is now. A little while ago, I saw a rainbow-covered Nigeria with the word "Reset" written across the land. And I took that sticker we did here, I put it in the hand of President Muhammadu Buhari at the villa. I said, this is the vision of the new Nigeria that I've seen with the word "Reset." And he looked at it very joyfully that day and said, is this my copy? I said, I brought it for you so that I'll be a witness that you'll be able to say you were told. I pray to not stand against you. Because it's a moving train. You stand in front of it, it will crush you. Nigeria will be restructured. And we are not going to beg anybody for it. It's going to happen. In 2015 till last week, Thursday, not this, the previous week, because I stayed in Lagos, I'd consistently maintained this before the president, that this is the future, this is the way to go. And I asked him a pointed question 2 Thursdays ago. So what's your position on the restructuring of Nigeria? And he said, well, there are too many voices, we don't know what they are saying. I said, who are they? And the first month of your administration, I brought you a compendium of what I call the legacy of Muhammadu Buhari, containing the restructuring of Nigeria along through federal system that we agreed upon when I chose to run with you in 2011. I brought it a second time to you. Who are they? So if you don't understand what restructuring is, just look back and see the ground-up pyramids in the north. That was what financed Ahmadu Bello University and all the great things that Ahmadu Bello did in his days. If you don't understand restructuring, consider the golden era of the region and look at what Cocoa did. Free education, first television, first stadium, and all the high-rise and everything that Awo did came from Cocoa from the west. If you don't understand restructuring, look back in the east and see what they did with palm oil and with coal from Udi Hills, including the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. And anyone who does not understand restructuring, go back to the 1963 Republican Constitution and understand the evolution of power. And if you don't understand, take the document in your hand that Nasir El-Rufai committee put together and the 12 things that they stated. If you don't do it fast, you have yourself to blame. There's going to be restructuring in this land. There'll be fairness, there'll be equity, there'll be justice, there'll be security, there'll be increase. Every Nigerian with power to call himself or herself a Nigerian is going to be God first, nation second, and you last. We are going to prioritize God and prioritize our nation, and we will get tangible result. There's nothing anyone can do about it. It's an idea whose time has come, and there's no army as powerful as an idea whose time. Am I hearing you say restructuring?
Sorry, guys. I think I got stuck at some point there after the after the video. Yes, I decided to share that with you because of the what do you call it? Because of the prayer points, the points in those you know, the sermon and all that. One thing is that no matter how much they try to pretend to hold Nigeria together, it has now come and become obvious that everyone is just doing it to take his own turn. Buhari contested to be president of Nigeria 4 times. He lost 3 times. He lost in 2003, 2007, 2011, and in 2015, they managed to rig him back, to rig him in. And here we are. So this is what he wanted to do to Nigeria for those 4 times he's been running to be president. I think he was running to become president so that you can take care of him like you are doing right now, where everyone is more or less so frustrated that even those who are pretending, the people who are pretending, who are finding it difficult to say the truth, say the way it is. You know, they are calling it restructuring, Abi. Don't worry, okay? We all know that restructuring is a scam too, okay? But eventually, they are going to agree that breaking up of Nigeria is the ultimate solution, okay? People will continue to believe that there is something to hold on to. And with the way the structure is put together, where everyone is at the mercy of Buratai and other, you know, compromised criminals who cannot provide security. So Yorubas are trapped in that. And the last time I heard that Obasanjo was at Pa Oluwadebanjo's house and he met with Are Gani Adams. Are Gani Adams was there, and the, you know, the note from that conversation pointed at one thing: everyone is trying to re-strategize now. What is going to be the long game? Everyone knows that once they start coming for them, I have told you that Boko Haram as a gang, even if the Northerners turn around as they are trying to do now, turn around to say they've rejected Buhari, they've rejected his government and all of that stuff, and they are looking for allies again. Don't worry, we know Buhari has failed us, which is going to be the conversation mostly in 2021, 2022. Do you get that now? So conversation is going to be about the Northerners saying, oh, he's failed us, we reject you, blah, blah, blah. They will be looking for allies, start finding all these political leaders from Yoruba land, from Igbo land, from everywhere, their parties and all of that. So even if they come to that, to play that kind of a game, remember this: they all cooperated to bring about this calamity, and they will do it again and again. Do you get that now? They will do it again and again with everybody. Now that they have failed, let me give you this background as well. Buhari is not the first to destroy Nigeria, okay? If you check the 60 years history of Nigeria, 60 years of independence, out of that 60 years, the northern Nigeria, they've ruled Nigeria for over 40 years of that 60. And out of that 40 years, when you check those individuals, I mean, so those individuals that, you know, held the position of president, either as a dictator, a coup plotter, and all of that, it doesn't really matter. Check them. How they wrecked Nigeria. But they are easy to blame it on others. They do that successfully too, because, well, they are all allies. However, Buhari's time is like putting together all the calamities of the past 30 years or 35 years of the northern leadership in Nigeria. then multiply that by 4. That is the amount of damages, destruction that Boko Haram has brought. So now that they are going to try to deny him, which they are going to do into 2021, why should anybody agree to any arrangement? Why should anybody agree to any arrangement with them again that has to do with Nigeria? Think about it. They will give you one southern president in 2023. They will do everything. They will do all they can. That is if they are going to do that anyway. But if they manage to give you a southern president in 2023, they will give you a northern vice president. Then within a year, all the failure, all the calamities of Boko Haram, where is that person going to even start from? Think about this. Where is that your southern president going to start from? To start untangling all the mad dogs that they have planted in every ministry, agency, and parastatal, including the military. Where do you want to start from? To start putting people, the right people in position, who will start thinking like human beings and they will start acting like human beings. Where do you want to start from? And they won't react. As we speak right now, there is no tangible development in the northern part of Nigeria. Most of their farms have been destroyed. Most of their villages have been destroyed. Most of them are now in the control of terrorists. Most of their villages. But you won't really read much of that in the news. Because that won't that won't say well of Buhari's failure. But the only thing they do in the north right now is that they give them all these meaningless positions, create meaningless ministry for them, recruit them in their thousands, hundreds of thousands across all the parastatus ministries in Nigeria right now. As incompetent as many of them are, which you can tell. Now, look at what the Nigerian military turned to. Nigerian military is now doing PR, public relation on social media. The Nigerian police is now doing PR. They are now doing protests, paying protesters to say they support Nigerian military, they support Nigeria police. Mediocres taking over the security system, controlling the security levelers in the country. So where do you think that your southern president is going to start from? Before you start realizing that it's a scam, another scam that many of you will fall into, and within 4 years, things will go from worse that they are now to even like complete ruins. Then they will blame him for all the atrocities of this lifeless, breathless mannequin. Nigeria is in deep hole. Another 2 years, you will be probably in a bottomless hole. So if they now come to you and say to keep Nigeria one is to give you a southern president, and then they push you one mumu, one other greedy one who also wants to make his own friends billionaires at your own expense, that one too will jump out. You will think it's representing you. And within 2-3 years, the killings continues, the poverty continues, the looting continues. Then you realize that you've been scammed. Then you want to go back and ask them, we need to restructure. If we don't restructure, we won't do anything. Yes, if you want to take them serious, let those who are going to champion for restructuring, let them say, without any restructuring, there will be no next election. That will make us take them serious. But it's good that they're talking about it. That's one thing. You know, when you admit that this is not working, this is never going to work, we need to go back to where they are talking about 1963 Republican Constitution. Well, that's a good one. Nostalgic. Yeah. Very soon, they will ask us to go back to when we are all on our own. Everybody will go to his own country. That is going to be the final destination. So don't let anybody deceive you with, we are going to ask for restructuring. It is a fraud. The northern Nigeria has given nothing to Nigeria other than poverty, death, terrorism, corruption. That is what they have given to Nigeria. Go and look at those who wrecked Nigeria. Do you want to Probably let's start from Boko Haram himself. Then move on to Babangida, move on to Abacha, move on to Abdusalami Abubakar. When they were done, when they wrecked everything, they brought in one of their old bosses, Obasanjo, to come and continue the job. Well, that one even did well compared to them. Obasanjo was able to pay all the debt, all the money they looted, they stole from you. At least he was able to make an arrangement that finally gave you a clearance that says, oh, Nigeria is now debt-free. Remember? And today you can sit down in Nigeria and then we can watch ourselves, because it wasn't a Boko Haram that took over from Abdusalami Abubakar. It would have been from Frank Banto fire since that time. Maybe the civil war would have happened since then. So when even Yaradua came in, the first thing he did was to stop the independent power project. The one that would probably, if he had, with a good intention, completed them. They stopped work on them. Nigeria remained in darkness, and they turned them into money-making machines right now that cannot generate electricity for the country. Jonathan came. He started building schools, mixing Western education with Islamic education. He started giving resources to farmers. And then terrorism came. They said, no. He had to go. And he did. Here you have another wrecker. And within 5 years, Nigeria debt jumped by more than half. The same debt that the same Obasanjo got you debt relief for in 2002, 2003. It's the same Nigeria that is now hovering around over $100 billion in debt. Poverty capital of the world. More than 60% budget deficit every year. Come on. They need someone to take the fall. And if you ever fall into that category, let me tell you what they did. The havoc they have wreaked. When Buhari came to power, there was a widespread invitation from politicians, including El-Rufai of Kaduna. Invitation to all Fulanis to congregate and regroup in Nigeria. When that broke out, they said it was a rumor. Are we not living it now? Before these Janjaweed criminals came to power, you were battling with what? Boko Haram. Then they came in, they said Nigeria is the capital of all the Fulanis in the world. And every Fulani in the world is a citizen of Nigeria. Yes, their politicians kept saying that. And that's exactly what they are living on as well. And they've started coming. They were coming with violence, attacking villages. And when this began, they said, oh yeah, they were former terrorists from Libya because of the death of Gaddafi. But it was a lie. It wasn't because of the death of Gaddafi. It was because a Boko Haram has gained power. It was a breaking news. It was a great news, joyous news for all this gang of terrorists who have now congregated in Nigeria. They need land. They want land, and they are getting the land, by the way, to the point that the government of Nigeria decided to make laws in order to give them thousands, hundreds of thousands of lands across Nigeria by making it an act by the president. All this happened within a space of 5 years. That escalated the insecurity. Today, 80% of Borno State is in control of terrorists, different terrorists. bandit, ISWAP. It was under Buhari that they created ISWAP, Islamic State of West Africa Province of ISIS. You know ISIS. When America finished with ISIS in Syria, Iraq, and the Middle East, all of their fighters recruited. They are now the commanders in Nigeria because Nigerian government, Nigerian security men have also been hijacked. The system has been hijacked. That is the story. That is how we got here. Now we are now being threatened every now and then. By who? By the people in government who are now saying, everyone saying, oh, I don't want to live with these people. I don't want to be slaughtered. I don't want to be treated like I'm a stranger in my own land. Those people are now being targeted as the troublemakers. Why before your eyes, right before your eyes, terrorists are being pardoned by the same government? What does that tell you? They are welcome. They say they are welcome. Toju, thank you very much, Toju, for your super sticker there. Yeah, really appreciate that. And to all of you who have tuned in as well, thank you. But remember, you will be helping greatly Maiyegun's Diary Political if you subscribe on the page. It takes just a sec. If you check the screen right now, underneath the video, you should be able to see the subscribe button there. Use it so that when next Maiyegun is on, we won't be missing ourselves, okay? So this is the background. So when the northern politicians or the northern leaders come out to say Buhari should be impeached, yes, that may be just a mere political statement. That when the chiefs are down, we know where they will always pitch their tents. We know, and I'm not really bothered about them. But it's good to know that they are saying that it is just to what? It's this, to acknowledge everything we have also been saying, or many of you have agreed to many times, that indeed they may deny, they may continue to find excuses. Do you get what I mean? But very soon it will catch up on them. But where are we standing? The government is a dictatorship right now. You currently have a dictator in charge. And with what they have done so far, there is no other way out other than for everyone to come together to demand for a complete new system. And that is why I genuinely love the idea of Omoyele Sowore, the idea of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the idea of everyone who is standing up against the rigged system in Nigeria. The system is rigged against you. You can't change it. There's no way you can't change them using the same system. You know what I'm talking about? You cannot use election. Democracy, which is what Nigeria should be practicing, gives you the power to be able to say, okay, if Buhari has failed, then vote him out. So if this set of people have failed, vote them out. That is what a democracy says. But that is not what you have in Nigeria. And you know that the military, the police, they work for the politicians. The ones that is, anyone that is in power. The INEC, the electoral umpire, the one that should be neutral, is also working for the people in government, the politicians too. So where do you find yourselves when they deny you the right to vote? They know the numbers of people or number of votes they would like to get from anywhere. And the INEC controls that. So where do you have any power? You have no power. They have weaponized poverty for a reason. For a reason to make sure that you always have a limited choice of everything you have. Whatever they give to people, they have to appreciate. They have to be so grateful because they have limited choice. They don't have choices. All these are deliberate. How do you change people who make that happen and benefiting from it without changing the system that encourages it, that empowers it, that weaponizes it? You can speak grammar all day. One single court order, like they are pushing right now, will stop all the judicial panel that you have all over the country. Yes, it will stop it. And the government will act on it immediately, because it is what they want. They will say no judicial panel should sit again. Then what is the end result of NSAS? What is the end result of those who died? Those they killed? What about those that are still very much being persecuted, arrested, tortured? What will be the end result of that? Everything now comes back to what I told you from the beginning. The moment you stop that protest, the moment you lost that power, if there's no reason, if you don't change the system that gives them such power, you cannot change them. Shore says, change the system. Get rid of these criminals. We've had many people who are now saying, get a new constitution. Yes, it starts from that. That is where they say they derive the power from. They derive the power to punish you, the power to send soldiers to shoot at you, the powers to make you a criminal for asking the government to protect you, but the same power that gives them the kind of, I don't know where they get that from, by the way, the power that makes them, qualify to release terrorists while they are keeping activists in jail. What kind of system is that? You should ask yourselves. It is a system. It exists. It is not just because it is Buhari. Whoever takes that position, whoever takes that office, will be as brutal as Buhari, or even worse. It is the system. Destroy it. Ask for a new constitution. That can happen. So when people ask for restructuring, they should be very clear of what they are asking for, and they should know that those who are benefiting from it are not just going to wish that away. They will met the same force. They are meeting at the IPOB members, the same force they are meeting at the Revolution Now campaigners, the NSAS campaigners, the same force they are using against everyone that is against whatever they stand for. It's the same force they are going to use for those of you who are adamant about restructuring. Do you think they don't know what restructuring is? Are you that convinced within yourself that these guys don't know what restructuring is? Restructuring means that they will lose the power. Their feeding bottle. Their feeding bottle, which is Nigeria. They will lose the power to milk you. They will lose that power. The power will go back to the people. That is what restructuring means. It means that you can punish those who refuse to use your resources to develop the land. They will have no excuses anymore. Those who are taken from who are robbing Peter to pay Paul, using the technique of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Meanwhile, they are robbing Peter, robbing Paul, robbing everybody, using the South to feed the North, using the North to feed the South. The technique that they make the socialist technique that make it look like your government cares for you, and it is better for the stronger part of the country to help the weaker part. It is a technique of Robin Hood. Doesn't really favor anybody. But then, so restructuring means they will lose that. They will no longer be able to sit down in Abuja and be using oil licenses to criminals that we don't even know. People who come in, take your oil, take your resources. Chinese who come in to drill your gold, and you only read about it in the news. All those power, they won't have it. That will go back to the people who owns the resources. Whatever is on your land, under your land, belongs to you and should work for you. When you pay your tax, you pay it to the people who are going to use it for you. You don't pay it to the center, where they're going to share it to people who are going to use it for empowerment of widows, buying goods for widows as empowerment, buying wheelbarrow, buying shoemaker, polish my shoe, equipment as empowerment. They won't use your money. Very little of it. They won't be using that money to feed their own ego. That is what restructuring means. So if you don't know and you think it's going to be an easy ride, you are not different from the NSAS to them. If these criminals can classify NSAS protesters as terrorists, What do you think they will classify you as? If you decide to push restructuring genuinely, what you're asking for is a constitutional change. Anyone who is asking for a restructured Nigeria is asking for a constitutional change. You cannot put restructuring in 1999 constitution. How are you going to put it in? Do you know how many things you need to rewrite? Let's start from there. I like it if they know what they are talking about. Olushino Williams West. Thanks so much for your super sticker, Baba. God bless you. I have another one from Toju. Toju from Canada. I believe this is Canadian dollar, if I'm not wrong. Thank you very much, Baba. This is your second one. Much appreciated. And I've seen your super chat attached to it as well. I'll read it out. Kudos to you and your team for doing a great job. Maiyegun General, me and my family, we are no longer Nigerians. We are Canadians. Until Oduduwa comes. God bless you, Baba. And God bless the family too. Okay? We should all be honest to ourselves. There is no country that you will find yourself right now, especially the one that will give you the right of choice. Like my dear brother there. Look at that. The choice where choosing to be who you want to be and becoming who you want to become is not decided by the language you speak or the religion you follow. That is what they are pushing Nigeria into. That shouldn't be us, Yorubas, who are very much like, we are mixed. You've got those who are liberal, you've got those who are conservative, you have those who are capitalist in nature. But most importantly, the Yorubas are what? We are adventurous. And that is what makes us so different. So we cannot, or we should not be forced into a union that gives us a limited choice. How is that sensible to any free-born person, that you should be given a limited choice? A choice that says you either take it or you leave it. That is what Nigeria is suffering. Nigeria is saying you can either keep one Nigeria or we will kill you. One Nigeria brings us poverty. It brings us underdevelopment. It brings limitation to our people. We are breeding generation of Yorubas who are so limited. They will be so limited with the Nigeria they are building. So if you are asking to restructure Nigeria, you are asking for a new constitution. If they haven't told you, I'm telling you now, because that is what I would expect. And that is why I said their restructuring is fake. How do you want to mix restructuring or a restructured Nigeria inside 1999 constitution? It is impossible. Absolute impossibility. So we need a new constitution. And inside that new constitution, do you know what will be there? You will be given the right individually to put forward a memorandum that will be what you want to be given in order to be part of Nigeria. Do you understand that? Those who want to break away from Nigeria in their own agenda, when they submit their own referendum, their own memorandum, they will put in referendum in it. The same way those who want to control their own oil, they still want to be part of Nigeria, but they want a restructured one that gives them control, absolute control over their own resources and their own tax. They will also push their own memorandum forward. That is how it will be done, and that is why Yorubas should be prepared, and that is why the charlatans who found themselves as political leaders in Yoruba land must not be given the voice or the authority to be the voice when this conversation will be had, okay? It is very important and you should be prepared as a Yoruba or a Biafran or Arewa or any nationality of yours that I don't know if I haven't really mentioned. You were all nations before the amalgamation. And the fake ones they created in 1966, the one that is hunting and killing our own people. I've never really seen a country that seems to find joy whose leaders finds joy in killing their own people. Do you understand what I'm talking about? The North will finally come to term that they have not just failed themselves, they have failed the whole country, and they can no longer drag the whole country behind anymore in the name of a fake federal system of government when there is no true federalism anywhere. Do you understand that? The politics of maybe when it gets to our own turn, we can do whatever we like. It will come to your turn and your people will also curse you. Is that what you want? How many people do you think will die or will have to die before you all finally agree that the problem is because they are forcing you to stay together? And staying together would have been good if it is in your own interest. It is not in your own interest. It is not in the interest of anybody. It is the interest of those hijackers and those who are looking forward to the day they are also going to hijack the system to feed themselves too. It is a turn-by-turn Nigeria Limited, and none of them is in your own interest. So why should you want to keep that? It's a question. When they asked Shure, about the service chiefs, he shared his own opinion about what he would have done if Nigeria should have been a country who has a leader or who have thinking people in charge. Why are these Buratai and thugs, why are they still why do they still have their jobs? The insecurity in the northern Nigeria has spread, took over the entire middle belt, now spreading down to the eastern part of Nigeria, down to the southern part, to the western part of Nigeria. In Yoruba land, they are now killing our own traditional rulers. The insecurity has enveloped everywhere. And here we are. You can't even find your own president. At some point, he sent the Minister of Condolence, burial arrangement matters, Oshimbade, after 110 people, 110 human beings were slaughtered by terrorists. And they still have their jobs. They are still giving orders. They are still being called this and that. They are still working about. Why people are burying their loved ones. And this guy, well, they found a job for this guy. I'm going to share with you what Shure said. But they found a job for this clown, a professor of law, now special advisor to Boko Haram on condolences matters, burial arrangements. It's a shame. Only God knows how many black dresses the Pastor Ruga. Only God knows how many black dresses he have presently. I don't know. His job is to go about and console you and tell you God is with you, quote some Bible, then throw his weight around, take some pictures, and go back to his own isolation, wherever they locked him in. But what should have been done if you have a leader, a president, for 5 years with over 40,000 people killed? 5 years. And those who are strategizing against those insecurity, they still have their jobs. It's absolute shame. I'm going to share this interview that Shure dropped on the Silverbird Television a few days ago. What should have been done, and many other things is spoken, just to refresh your mind before we continue.
It's not about the future of the IG. His future is secured. The daughter gets a job without applying for it at NISA. Why would the IG care about you? He doesn't care about you. He cares about his job, his family, his own personal interests.
Okay.
But you have to the general interest of the people, and that's why we're here.
All
And
right,
that's why we suffer.
Mr. Omoyele, maybe a very good place to come in, and let's let you know also that everything that's being said by Mr. Omoyele expressly his opinion and not those of Silverbird Television and Silverbird News 24. Now most of the times you come to talk about government, criticize government, and what is expected is it's a good thing to criticize the government. That's one of the dividends of democracy that we have when we operate this kind of system in any country. Now we're seeking solutions to what we've been talking about. For instance, you just heard about the killing of 43 farmers in Borno on Saturday. And the government of the day has said that, anti-terrorism was one of the tripod on which this administration came into power. And you've said that the government is not doing anything about it. If you started with the responsibility of fixing it, how would you go about fixing the security of the country? What isn't this government doing to get the country secure?
Let me address first and foremost the caveats you are giving about my opinion. I'm also in the media. I told the people who invited me on your show that I'm coming to give my opinion free of charge, and I'm not going to hold anything back. I don't have to come on TV to say it. I can say whatever I want. And I know you guys come under the burden of the draconian rule of the government when it comes to the NBC. But I'm here to speak my mind because that is the only thing that will be recorded for history. The government does not exist. This government has not done anything to safeguard the lives and property of the Nigerian people. The government doesn't have competent people to handle security. When I was running in 2018 and 19, I said it clearly, I would have fired every army general that has been involved in 2018 and 19. I said it clearly, I would have fired every army general that has been involved in the fight against terrorism. They are the most incompetent people you can have. They are not interested in ending the Boko Haram war. Boko Haram has, the war against Boko Haram or war against terrorism in Nigeria has moved from being a security matter to a business. At the moment it crossed that boundary to business, there is no ending it except you fire the operators, you remove them. In some cases, try them openly for the crimes they are committing against the humanity of the Nigerian state. Some of them are committing treason, absolute treason. There are some issues, as a reporter that I know over these years, that some issues are as bad as coordination between the Air Force and the Nigerian Army. Is the reason you are seeing all of this, because there's rivalry between the chief of staff and the chief of the air staff over who becomes the chief of general staff. Is the reason why people are getting killed over just personal ego. These guys are not worth running a classroom. In decent societies, the people you call chief of this, chief of that in Nigeria cannot become class captains. So that's the truth, except we get to that point where we're telling ourselves the very naked, fundamental truth about Nigeria. The operators of Nigeria, the people who are sabotaging Nigeria, and the reason why Nigeria is the way it is, why Ghana is better than Nigeria, whereas Nigeria should be run better than the entire African continent, why Benin Republic is better than, until we public officials, whether appointed or elected, are able to tell the truth about the social.
Absolutely. Those who parade themselves as generals in Nigeria, major general, this and that, they are not qualified to be class captain of any local church or any local group or anywhere, not even in a school. I told you once on this program, I said, many of them, they did not fight any war. Not that because they fight or did anything to protect Nigeria and Nigerians or did something heroic or anything, but they called themselves lieutenant, lieutenant, colonel, major, general, brigadier, master, idiot, and all of that kind of titles they give themselves. Most of these titles comes from well-executed job of killing their fellow citizens. They reward them. Those who have been shooting and killing IPOB members in the northern part of, in the eastern part of Nigeria, Many of them are now major generals in Nigerian army. Many of them. And when they are talking, they will say, do you know what it takes to become a major general? See a major general here. This guy, I'll tell you his story now.
To more than 8 to 10 gun throws from every side since yesterday. We have not run, and the soldiers are not misbehaving or disobeying orders. We have casualties. I will come and see you in person on what we need to do, but we are not running. Neither is any soldier misbehaving or running. Sir, if you can look at that, that's one of our MRAP tire that is not run flat, that bullet tore. We have used more than 20 MRAP tires here. That's another one, sir. We have changed close to 250 ELOS tires due to the terrain. This is what we are facing in the Timbuktu Triangle, sir. But we are not running. We are fighting as a system, and we are doing our best to contain the situation and to achieve your mission, sir.
Here are our troops injured.
Record me. Good morning, sir. General Denny. Sir, the soldiers are not running. The 3 battalions are standing and fighting, though we have casualties. The intelligence assessment concerning the Timbuktu Triangle is very wrong, sir. Since yesterday, we have been met by very strong resistance, more than pockets of Boko Haram. This morning, from every flank, not less than 15 gun trucks are facing us. These people have fired more than 100 RPG at us, and have fired several mortars at us. And they have fired more than 100 RPGs and so many mortars on us. This is the true situation, sir. I'm here on the ground. This is General Buba here, sir. No any general is running or not leading the men. Sir, look at this soldier. They are not running away. Neither is any of them afraid. We are good to go, but here, now these things are working against us. Yes. Thank you, sir.
General Denny, that was last year. You remember that video? Do you know that that guy has been demoted because of that video? They said he was talking about, it was at the time where the whole world were reminding the whole world then that, listen, Nigerian soldiers who are fighting Boko Haram, they don't have any weapon. At some point, they were pushing their own APC, armored personnel carrier. Sometimes some of their guns are jamming. Some of them were even fainting in some of the videos at that time. It was during that time this happened. So the General Denny, decided to make a video and say, we are not running. Look at us here. We have casualties. We have this. They have killed us. They arrested him after that. After that video, they arrested him. He's been in prison for the past 1 year now. He's been in prison. Just yesterday or 2 days ago, their court-martial verdict came. And the verdict is that he must be demoted. Then he must serve some jail time for exposing the truth about the Nigerian army in this video you just watched now. Daniel Ademola, my brother, thank you very much there for your super sticker as well as your attached super chat. I'm going to read out. Thank you. Maiyegun, my brother, keep on the good job. God bless you. Now that they are screaming, I guess the Bedu don't they enter their body. God bless you too, Demo. We always sort of make a fun of that when the Bedu enter body, and the Bedu enter body, nobody will tell you before you begin to agree that Nigeria is redeemable. Okay, it is either you crush the current system that gives them all this power that they are abusing and misusing now, or you continue to deceive yourselves, or break it away, break it up. So the Bedu will enter body, everybody go get share. Those who are pretending to be ignorant and then they're like, giving excuses, don't worry. Many people will still come around. Everybody's still going to come around and be like, oh boy, this thing no go work. And what they are using to hold everybody down is to make you feel like they need the oil, the money from the oil, in order to sustain some poor states in the northern part of Nigeria. But that is not true. The poor states in Nigeria, in northern part of Nigeria, are even poorer since they have been using this technique. More and more poor people are being added to the basket of poverty every year by the action of the criminals who have had the opportunity of, or who have the opportunity of making life better for their people right now. Every day they wake up, it's all about how to dip their people in more poverty by their action every day. So why do you think it is the right thing to continue to endure that and continue to lie to yourself? Nigeria is so bad that the rich criminals, the politicians like Boko Haram, if you should push for restructuring, who is going to be paying them the pension they will be collecting? Who do you think will be paying the pension for the former president in Nigeria? Is it going to be the Yorubas? Or is it going to be the Hausas or the Fulanis or the Igbos? Or who is going to be paying them? All of them, their wives, their children that are living off rent-free. The criminals that you give them free house, free food, free security, free cars, free medical treatment, free everything, and you are still paying them millions, hundreds of millions of naira. They still turn around, bunch of thieves. When they leave the Aso Rock, they will still steal spoon, they will steal can of juice, they will steal anything they can steal. They will still steal the doorknobs, because they are not different from the people they are leading. They are as poor as the country they are leading, because they are a bunch of thieves in their own capacity. So they turn around, they say they are still paying rent in Aso Rock. I like how this man provoked. How can you be paying rent in Aso Rock? I thought you budget for Aso Rock. Even Aso Rock Clinic alone collects about 3 billion every year. 3 billion. Even though they won't buy any ordinary, you won't find ordinary paracetamol there. But they budget for it every year. How come that you will get small hospital for the house you rent? You are spending 3 billion. For your kitchen alone, you are spending about 1.2 billion to renovate your kitchen every year in this building. And you renovate the whole building at times. They'll say they are spending 10 billion to renovate the whole building, changing the doors and everything, changing the chairs. And you are still paying rent. Rent to who? They are paying rent inside Aso Rock. This man, I think this is the first time this man heard the story about paying rent in Aso Rock. It provoked.
That blew my head. How come we are budgeting for house rent for Aso Rock? Who owns Aso Rock? Where our president lives? Who owns it? They should let us know. Is it the company that built it that owns it? Are we leasing our presidential palace from somebody? Hope somebody has not sold Nigeria to one group of people and will soon start paying rent to that company, to that person. I hope we have not sold this country to China. I hope we are not tenants in our own country, because the way they are treating us is as if we are tenants in our own country and we are owing rent. Somebody needs to explain some things to people like us. How come we need to pay rent in our presidential palace, our own country, the place where our president lives? Who are we paying the rent to? If we know they shame, we they shame. People say our mumu don't do. But una shame, don't they shame for una shame. That you pay rent for your presidential palace. To who? Please explain, that you have to import petroleum products from Niger. And you have refinery Warri, LMA, they are not functioning. You have in Kaduna. Something is wrong with your brains. If una know they shame, with the shame for now, even shame, don't they shame for now. God will bless Nigeria. But some of you, I don't know what will happen to you. I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I am angry at what I am seeing, and I'm ashamed at what I'm hearing and seeing in this country. I will come your way again. We'll still talk about Nigeria PLC. God.
Thank you. The why you the para for us? Everybody just say para for that. Someone said, now your mouth, you go take divide Nigeria. About the mouth, they go take divide Nigeria. Don't worry. I'm from, they say that from clap, dance, it starts. Maybe so. When people say, now from talk, people go agree, say, oh boy, more break up. When people are so tired, genuinely, and they are getting there. Don't worry. We won't rush them. You know what I'm talking about? It's a shame that Nigeria has found herself where Nigeria is now, but nobody should pretend like they don't know how Nigeria got here. The young people are now calling that they are going to start their protest again. But as it is, they don't get the lever to pull it off again. But with the likes of Omoyele Sowore, this tireless guy, Sowore, I'm even going to try and bring him over sometimes soon, so that we can have a wee chat again around what is going on. Because I remember when he led the charge for that protest, the NSAS protest at the time. I remember the tweet. I remember the brickbats. I remember the exchanges between him and Burna Boy, between him and what's this guy's name? Can't remember his name again. However, I remember all that and how others just took debate when Sowore said, let's do it. So maybe I should bring him on Maiyegun's Diary anytime soon, and then let's have a wee chat with him. But my own joy today, as always, is that I can sit down here and look at the whole event, the whole things happening as they happen in Nigeria, and tell you what to look forward to. So 2021, may we have long life in good health, that we will be this much interested in what is going on in Nigeria. In good health, very important. Next year is going to be a tough one, where so many schemes here and there will be springing up. But the ones I will be interested in will be the ones asking that the Nigerian system should be collapsed. That will be the ones I will be interested in, the ones I will be amplifying, the ones I will be, will be pouring kerosene, pouring petrol into, you know what I mean? In 2021. The political charge in Nigeria is going to be really, really, really tough. And it will be tough because the economy will be tougher. People are going to face more and more tough economic situation under Boko Haram. For human rights abuses, they are just starting. They've not even started yet. For 2021, 2022, we will be asking for God's protection over our comrades, those who are going to be on ground, those who are going to face the barrels. Genuinely, they have been doing it, and so far so good. They have been spared. Naira Marley, thank you very much, Baba. It was Naira Marley. So we'll continue to give our support as much as we will be. And then I will continue to give my own updates as I always do. And you, my friends, you have a lot to look forward to. Nigeria is going to be, I don't know if we should be comparing it with Syria, but I can give you an idea of that of Somalia. Do you get that now? So if the Nigerian National Assembly, if they have anything at all, any significant thing to make, which in itself is another problem, especially with the way Nigeria is. If they have anything to save that their Nigeria before they start discussing a new constitution, is to get rid of Buhari. I don't know how genuine they are. And if you ask me genuinely, Maiyegun, do you think the northern leaders genuinely they would ask for the impeachment of Buhari? if na me and you, let's say na me and you they talk now, other people know they there, my answer would be no. I don't believe them. I don't trust them. They are just a mere political statement, okay? And all they are doing is just to make sure that they whip up sentiment enough. And by the time they are going to do their abracadabra power sharing arrangements for 2023, they will still be the decider. Those who will determine who becomes what. And do you know what will continue? The charade will continue. The lamentation will continue. The cries will continue. The poverty will continue, escalate even further. You know what I mean? Things will get from bad to worse. I know things can, some people will say things can really get really worse. Wait for it. You see, Nigeria is a place where when you say, man, things can never be this worse, or can never be worse than this, or something like that. And Buhari is there. Buhari will just say, hold my drink, and let me shock you. 2021 is a tough one. Many people will leave Nigeria, where many people always look forward to living Nigeria. But this time around, it is going to be like never seen before. We are diasporans. We live outside Nigeria. Let me tell you the power we have if you are living outside Nigeria. The politicians in Nigeria, they have destroyed the country so bad, that many of us, we have become the ones who are providing subsidy, economic subsidy for the people that could have possibly be worse than Venezuela, where people are breaking into shops. Where we have seen that in Nigeria too, where people are breaking into warehouses, breaking into shops, looting shops because they are hungry and all of that. Yes, you have gotten to that stage in Nigeria. Just one sec. I've got something I want to share here, and it is important too.
There's no one in a corporate setting that is an island. There's no one that goes into a place thinking, oh, I'm so good and everybody is so bad. You're not going to achieve much. Because no matter how great you are, you need the combined resources of other people in order for you to be able to achieve much. In the corporate world of today, collaboration is key. Partnerships are key. Your ability to work with teams and other people is important. Because no matter what talents we possess, they're limited. There is just so much that is required. There's high velocity of change around us every day. And we have a need to be able to apply ourselves. If you're one of those people that think, oh, I've been doing this job for the last 20 years, 30 years, how can they bring one girl from somewhere and want to put her above me? Listen to me. It's not about how long you've done it. It's not about how old you are. It's not about what exposure you've even had. It's about the relevance of what you know to what that organization needs at that point in time. And in a world where there's so many things that control the world of today that didn't exist 10 years ago, it shows you the level of the rate at which things go obsolete. So your open-mindedness, your ability to learn from the young and the old, your ability to engage across fields and across borders, your ability to be teachable and to build consensus in order to achieve your goals makes a difference in your ability to be relevant in the world of today. If we take our example from the Bible, Jesus was not a lone player. Think about it. He had all the power to do everything that he wanted to do by himself. He didn't need, he's complete in himself. He has absolute power and authority. Yet, he exemplified the need for a team in his disciples, and beyond his disciples, to the many other disciples and converts who joined hands with him in service to achieve that which he was already empowered to achieve. With or without them, he would have achieved it. But yet, he showed us that, look, I'm in the world, and in the world, multiplicity of talents are required for the things that needs to be done. And that's why when you look at his disciples, there was diversity of talents. So in the corporate world of today, you must recognize diversity. You must understand the strengths of the men and the women. You must be open to the fact that some younger and some older will be the ones that will make a difference to your ability to deliver value. You must be able to engage and to learn from all. You must be willing to continuously educate yourself, asking questions and expressing your view, both right and sometimes you will be wrong. But you know what? When you're wrong once and someone says, oh, by the way, you know what you said is partially true, but based on this that has happened, this portion is no longer true. That's one moment of truth for you, because now you've learned that the information you held to be true has become obsolete, and you acquire new information. When you get to the next place, you will sound like the star, because you will share the information that you have just acquired. For you to be relevant in the corporate world of today, you have to reorganize yourself. It's not a time and a season for superpowers. You're not the one and all in every situation. You have to be a collaborator. You must be willing to learn from people. You must be willing to work with others. You must be willing to build different kinds of teams and consensus and collaborators around you in order to achieve what you need. You must seek knowledge and information. The Bible says we must seek wisdom. In seeking wisdom,
I love that. I almost missed that in my presentation, and the moment I clicked that video there, I decided to drop it. Let me give you my roundup for tonight. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing new. Yes, propositions and all that, agitations and murmurings here and there, bridge building, as well as carpet crossings are all going to go more into 2021. But what they will not be able to shed away from you will be the reality that Nigeria will be sinking further as they are not giving up their own effort that pushed the country down this drain in the first place. They are going to go harder and harder and harder. Can people take this harder or hard enough before they get tired and respond? Or with this new set of people who are now very much seeing the clearer picture of how messed up, how fucked up, up Nigeria is, and there is no way you may have this brilliant idea that you want to bring in. Once you get into that barrier, that limitation they've set in there, then you realize that you're just wasting your time. So if those who are going to champion for a proper restructuring are also going to champion for a new constitution in 2021, that may be something to look forward to. But with what I have so far, the only people who are ready for 2021, who are actually really ready for your reactions in 2021, seems to be Bakari and his team only. And we will find out how far the northern leaders will be bold enough to face the army of Boko Haram's jihadist children, the ones that believe that even if they have to kill everybody until one person is left, Buhari will spend his 8 years. And if by chance, if they manage to twist the game, get what they want, because they can get it, get a constitutional amendment as they have doing secretly anyway, and get a Boko Haram terms extended. I don't know how you're going to take that, but it is a possibility under the current arrangements in Nigeria that you may not like it, but they can make it happen, and they are tilting towards that. So maybe in 2021, those who are standing or sitting on the fence now, maybe they will come down. They will demand for a new constitution in Nigeria. If you can get a new constitution for Nigeria, when I say a new constitution, I'm not talking about a book written by some selected people who sit in one air-conditioned room, paid huge amount of money to put together jargons in the name of the people. No. Ask about writing a constitution. And when those who are demanding for restructurings become serious, genuinely serious, yeah, we will be demanding, or we will be urging them to demand for a new constitution. When you get a new constitution, to rig your election will become impossible. I mean that. But that may be a longer topic for another day. And I actually want to do a piece on that. How to break up Nigeria, the step-by-step process of how to break up Nigeria without shooting a gun. But I know that may sound like a fantasy to some of you. Even if we don't want to shoot a gun, their soldiers are ready to shoot guns, to shoot bullets, live bullets at us. That is something that will have to be redefined in the course of the struggle. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time tonight. For those who managed to tune in, I got a video of, maybe I should share this with you before I go. You remember that Dido senator? Well, two stories. Sorry about that, guys. Two stories. Let me share this with you before I go. You remember Maina? Maina was a guy that Goodluck Jonathan brought in to come and help him sanitize the pension board, the pension fund, and to stop all manner of corruption around pension fund. Maina got the job, and overnight Maina became billionaire, including his son who had no job. He suddenly became a multi-billionaire, not in naira, but in dollars too. They are so rich that they can no longer hide the corruption within their family members, within their friends, and even within the political class, that it became so rotten. And when I say they became so rich, they stole the pension fund. They said to the former people in charge of the pension in Nigeria, they were stealing pensions. They were not paying pensioners billions of money. They brought in one guy who was presented as an expert in pension management and consultancy, blah, 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 nonsense, right? A civil servant. They brought him in. And within 6-8 months, the guy stole over 10 billion naira within just 6 months in office. And the problem he came to resolve, the problem quadrupled, became more. People didn't get paid their pensions because their pensions were landing in the pocket of Maina and his son. So when when it was time for him to be probed, and he realized that he was going to be arrested, he ran away from Nigeria. Okay? So Goodluck Jonathan lost the election, and Boko Haram became president. All of a sudden, Maina returned to Nigeria, and Maina was reinstated as a senior civil servant. They now moved him from the pension board or pension fund. They moved him straight to the Ministry of Internal Affairs, so that people will not see him. They will not know that he's still very much in service or he's back into the country. But with our eagle eyes, we pick him. And as a person we talk saying they fight corruption, we started flaunting Maina's story. So Maina hired personal security guard. His son bought a gun. And when EFCC or this DSS tried to arrest his father, Maina's son put a gun on them. So they arrested Maina, put Maina inside jail. Then they gave Maina bail. Maina ran away. So they brought Maina back. Last, today, they arrested him in the Niger Republic, the country of his president, Boko Haram. When they returned him to Nigeria, so after they arrested him, you remember Olisa Metu? Olisa Metu was always in handcuffs. It was always, you know what I mean? How much did Olisa Metu collect from Jonathan for the 2015 election? 450 million naira. Jonathan approved the money that Dasuki should give Olisa Metu. Sorry. Dasuki should give Olisa Metu 450 million naira for the presidential campaign. So Olisa Metu collected the money, paid some media houses for Jonathan's campaign. So when Buhari came, he arrested Olisa Metu. He didn't arrest Goodluck Jonathan. He arrested Dasuki, but they released Dasuki. But every time Olisa Metu was going to court, you will see him in handcuffs. This is a fugitive. Someone who ran away after being granted bail by court. He ran away and he was back in the country. Explaining the call. The citizens of the country, the one you want to kill yourself for. Nigeria. You're Nigeria. God bless your soul. Another one is the dildo senator. You remember the story of the dildo senator? The senator that was caught inside the sex toy shop in Abuja. And he was there. He was supposed to be a happily married man. But meanwhile, see, that he was in the sex shop as an adult is not my business. Okay? And it will never be my business. But it became our business when the dildo senator became angry inside the dildo shop in Abuja, and he repeatedly slapped a married woman who was trying to tell him to calm down from talking anyhow to a lady. Sir, it's okay, sir. It's okay, sir. That was why the dildo senator slapped her yesterday evening yesterday night for wire. The dildo senator was charged to court. He is still very much in court for slapping a married woman inside a sex toy shop. The dildo senator from Adamawa, his name is something Abo. Something Abo. They are criminals, guys. They are criminals. You don't need to know their names. But just call him Abo. So, yesterday night, they caught him again, slapping another person for some reason. The tiny guy, because he has the police, he always have the police around him. They have people who carry gun for them. So they can slap you. If you try to fight, they will just shoot. Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom. So they caught that on tape. Watch. Last, they will tell them, sorry, it's okay. You should even be happy that a senator slap you. It's all right. Yourself, you should calm down. You don't know what happened. You don't know the story. Maiyegun, you don't know the full story. He probably offended him. He said something, and then he slapped him, because that is how your oppressors expect you to think. And it is a shame that you have been subjected to that. You have been abused for so long that you have accepted that as a way of life. It's a shame. But hopefully, we will get you reformed on Maiyegun's diary. As much as we do it here for free, I hope it works for you as a therapy for me. Yeah, as a therapy for you, okay? So, guys, thank you so much, everyone, for your time tonight. I'm back to work tomorrow. And if I have the time tomorrow evening, we may have another session based on any new developments. But remember this, if you receive the clarion call for a Yoruba freedom, a Yoruba nation, okay, do not let your doubting mind be in the way, okay? It is a clarion call. With the way Nigeria is currently structured, as much as you continue like this, more of our people are going to continue to fall into poverty. More of our young people are going to continue to fall into poverty and limitation. And more and more of our own different communities are going to fall into the, into the abyss, possibly, because everything will be gone before we can even lay our hands on them. So Nigeria is structured to ruin everything. Buhari is doing the job sent to do. And this may even be a divine intervention too Buhari is doing exactly what every Yoruba sons and daughters should be wishing for. Someone that will make it easier for an average Yoruba son and daughter to say, let us leave. Maybe not immediately, but let us start from the point that this is not working. Now that if we can all agree that this is not working, and there's something must be done. And those who are asking for a restructuring or what have you, they should also know that asking for a restructuring means a new constitution. Why don't you call it that? And when you write a new constitution, we can put restructuring in, you can put a referendum in, you can put all of that things in. But we won't get there if we stopped before now. Or because people like myself, many others like myself, who are doing so greatly in their own different capacity all over the world, on all platforms, because they never stopped. We never stopped. We kept talking about this. So the more we talk about this, the more we are guaranteed of a meeting of the numbers of people that are going to agree with us to save Nigeria, to save humanity, to save people. You need to break up Nigeria. How to break up Nigeria is in different ways. The number one thing is that the current one needs to force to break away. Do you get that now? The system that matched this together needs to break away. Then we can then begin to put the structures together again. Yes, we are not going to import people who are going to do that. It's you, the same Nigerians, that will do it. Yes, those of you who are there. It starts from the fact that you need to start accepting that this is not working. From there, other things will follow. Thank you very much, everyone, tonight for your time. Yeah, it's been a good time, well spent with you, all of you. Demola and all of you who chipped in your super sticker, super chat tonight. Thank you. Remember that you can still be a member of Maiyegun's Diary Political. You can be a silver member, which is if you click that join on your screen right now, if you click that join button showing on your screen, and you click that, you will see all the categories of membership of Maiyegun's Diary. Okay, so you can be a silver member, a gold member, a platinum member, a premium member, and at the same time, a gold member. You can be everything, okay? You can upgrade yourself from silver member to gold member. Do all of that. Every one of you who, has given in to be a member of Maiyegun's Diary Political. What you are doing is that you are giving your support in a very, very remarkable, valuable way. And none of that is taken for granted. So thank you to every one of you who always tune in. Thank you very much. I will see you again from tomorrow. Until then, please stay safe. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.